Subodhji, introduce yourself.
So, myself Subodh Kumar, I belong to Hazaribagh, Jharkhand. I have done my basic schooling from St. Xavier's, Hazaribagh. Then I moved to Ranchi and I done my class 12 from Delhi Public School, Ranchi. After that, I have done my BTech in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering from Biju Patnaik University, Odisha. After that, I joined Wipro and I worked there for 3 years as a software engineer. After that, I moved to LG Software India, where I worked at USA and Bangalore offices as a senior software engineer. Then I moved back. Then I moved back to Ranchi. I worked at IT department of Jharkhand government, where I was working as a project coordinator on Aadhaar enabled payment system and Aadhaar enabled attendance system implementation throughout Jharkhand. Currently, I am working in National Insurance as an administrative officer since last 7 years.
Very good. Subodh, where is headquarter of National Insurance?
It's a Calcutta.
Okay, very good. Why you chose Jharkhand Police Service as your first preference?
So actually, I belong to Hazaribagh, and I had been in the vicinity of police training center throughout my basic schooling, and the challenges, the responsibilities, the opportunities they are getting. I want to explore that field. At the same time, it would provide me the diversified opportunity where I would be working at the ground level for the safety, security, law and order, peace and justice for the people, which would lead to the development of everyone.
Subodh, why Hazaribagh is infamous for?
So infamous for maybe after at this point of time crime rate is very high because of the coal blockages in and around Hazaribagh, and sometimes for Hindu Muslims region.
Okay, so what is the solution of these two problems?
So for crime rate, I think the policing or the participation of the people at this point of time is also important, because until unless people themselves feel that these are the crimes that should be reported, and the police does the work for prevention of the crime or the detection or investigation in a proper way, I think that could be solved.
Okay, very good. Any one pilgrimage site in Hazaribagh?
Pardon me, sir?
Any one pilgrimage site in Hazaribagh? Tirthasthal?
Yes, sir. Narsim Sthan is there. Then in Narsim Sthan.
What is historical importance of Narsim Sthan?
So, God of Narsim God Mandir is there. It's a very old temple that is situated in 10 kilometers from Hazaribagh, and it's historical importance. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, sir.
What is AEPS and how it influences financial inclusion?
So, the starting of Aadhaar enabled payment, or the starting of Aadhaar, that can be said, or the JAM Trinity that we say now, that Jandhan, Aadhaar and mobile. So JAM Trinity is helping in the financial inclusion at the lowest level, because Aadhaar enabled payment system, if we do, generally we started in MG Narega system, or the Narega system it was started, and the payment was directly transferred to the beneficiary account, thus removing the leakages and any middleman that was involved previously. So at this point of time, I think the leakages were very less.
Okay. You were working in software companies like Wipro and LG Software, you said.
Yes.
Okay. And Android based devices. What is Android?
So Android is a mobile based operating system which is generally used for the touchscreen mobile and devices.
What is the latest version?
Currently, I think Android 13 has not been released, but it has been previewed. Android 12 is the current running system.
What is the difference between Android operating system and iOS?
So difference could be said that Android is an open source software. Means if I want some source code for development of any application, I could get it from the source code location. But in iOS, that's not free.
Okay. What kind of football match you like to watch?
So currently, I'm not able to watch. I have a 3-year-old daughter, so.
So earlier you were watching like English Premier League or something, Spanish League?
Previously, I was following that.
Okay. Who was your favorite footballer?
Currently, I watch Kevin De Bruyne, and before that, Kaka was there and Javi was there.
Okay. So, uh, Kevin De Bruyne,
Yes, sir.
which country he used to play for? Which country?
So Belgium.
Okay. What are your 5 qualities that make you suitable for Jharkhand Police Service?
So for civil services, the qualities that I have is
No,
patience.
I asked for Jharkhand Police Service.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. Patience, hardworking, quick learner, dedication, empathetic.
Okay. Let's say you might be aware about the Barhi, the so-called Rupesh Hatyakand.
Yes, sir.
So consider you were the SDPO of Barhi at that time, and some incidences took place like that, where one religious community has its allegation that people are alleging that one religious community has mob lynched another person of different religious community. What will be your course of action? You have seen in Hazaribagh many of the, so what have you learned from those incidences? What will you do that such incidents should not occur again?
So as a police officer, my role would be to initiate a dialogue between different communities, to build a trust between them. Until unless there is these issues generally occur because of the trust deficit between the two communities.
No, I am asking, it's a case like they have mob lynched a boy of different religious community. So what will you do? Now there will be some law and order issue. So what will you do proactively, or whatever steps that you will take?
So if such incident happened, first and foremost thing, I would be at the site of the incident. Then I would call the nearby police forces and I would inform my seniors, and whatever the action that needs to be taken to control the mob or any road jams or any uneventful event that is happening at that point of time, that I have to take, sir.
Okay. What do you think? Why the after that incident in Barhi, many of the vehicles were burnt and a house was burnt? Why does that police didn't took rapid action or prompt action in that case?
So I think police has taken a prompt action at that point of time, but however, the sentiments of the peoples were involved, and in those sentiments, people generally create a mob and gets angry, and they would do harmful activities to the other communities or the religion. So that would have happened, but police had done his job. Police had done their job. They had provided the police forces. They had arrested the culprits, and they are doing the proper justice.
Okay. Why there is a very lack of infrastructure in Jharkhand for industry and Hazaribagh per se?
So Jharkhand can be said in a lighter note as a resource-plus state, because it's full of all the raw materials, but the industries that actually had to be set up is not being set up here. The main reasons would be the land issues. One is main and foremost issue is the land issue, because people or the tribal people, generally tribal people, they don't want to give their lands to the industries. The government has taken some definite measures, but there are still some issues. Then Naxalism is there, lack of proper infrastructure is there, then power issues and transport issues are there. These are the generic issues because of which, even though we had set up lot of industries in the pre-independence era, but that has not been developed completely yet.
Don't you think Hazaribagh had lagged behind the other cities like Dhanbad, Ranchi, Bokaro, and Jamshedpur? Hazaribagh was a pre-independent city. It was established before that. Many cities came after that, but they have developed a lot. But Hazaribagh somewhere stagnated there its development.
So I don't think so that development has been lacking. There has been definite development, because various coal and power plants has been developed over here. The area like Demutans, where the various cement industries or rice industries are there, they are being developed. In and around Hazaribagh, there are proper development of industries. For example, in Bari, we had created an industrial zone, or industrial corridor is being passed. So I don't think it's been completely lagging. There are some mistakes or there are some issues that are still available, but that would be rectified. Sir.
Okay. Any independent MLA is there in your district, Hazaribagh?
Yes, sir. Bakatta Vidhan Sabha, Amit Kumar Yadav, sir.
Okay. What do you think the tribal population of Jharkhand, are they less empowered, or whether we should do some policy modification to empower them?
So the policies are already there, but actual the implementation are not in a proper way. For example, we have for the land leadership program CNK and SPT acts, but we had seen some misuse of those acts also. There are some loopholes that people are taking advantage of, and actual implementation, if there is it is in a proper way, then I don't think we need new guidelines. We have to make the proper implementation of the existing guidelines.
Recently, PM Modi has visited Sweden. What do you want to say about that?
So he did not visit Sweden. So he
Then?
visited Denmark, France, and Germany.
Good. Okay. Last question. What do you think the visit of Prime Minister Modi to these countries like Germany, Denmark, and France, how will it affect our economy and our relations with Russia?
So, since the Russian-Ukraine crisis has been started, the Indian government has taken a very pragmatic and diplomatic approach. They had said, or they had in every event, they had said that the diplomatic dialogue is the only way to solve the crisis, not the war. And they had kept their point at every level, either at United Nations or if PM is visiting to the other countries, he had reiterated the same thing. So I think with Russia we are okay, but with US having sanctioned something, some points or some exports from the Russia, that would affect our trade. Maybe.
Okay. Who is the Speaker of Vidhan Sabha?
Sir Ravindra Mahato, sir.
Okay. Thank you. वो जी
सर
आपका इंग्लिश मीडियम है, आप इंग्लिश बोल भी अच्छे से रहे हैं,
सर वो अभी एक्चुअली प्रिपेयर नहीं तो मैं आया और
लेकिन
सर
आपका थोड़ा
वो कंपन है सर।
हाँ, और आप बीच बीच में सब कैजुअल, हाँ वही बोल रहे हैं, आपका थोड़ा कैजुअल अप्रोच दिख रहा है। ठीक है, जो भी रीज़न हो वो कैजुअल अप्रोच नहीं दिखना है, ठीक है ना? ओके, या फिर वो कैजुअल अप्रोच नहीं आना।
वो आ रहा है सर, मैं बोला तो मैं प्रिपेयर नहीं था, मैं खड़ा था और सर
हाँ कोई बात नहीं, हाँ चीज़ों को और थोड़ा पोलाइट वे में रखना है, चीज़ों को और हम्बल वे में रखना है। और कहीं कहीं आपका मतलब इंग्लिश बहुत धीमा हो रहा है, मतलब आवाज़ सुनाई देने में प्रॉब्लम है, थोड़ा और हल्का सा डेसिबल बढ़ा सकते हैं आप अपने आवाज़ का।
स्टार्टिंग से थोड़ा लास्ट पे इम्प्रूव हुआ।
हाँ,
जैसे स्टार्टिंग में आया था तो मुझे खुद लग रहा था
हाँ,
मैं ऐसे कैसे,
हाँ ऐसे इतना ही आवाज़ होना चाहिए आपका, ठीक है? तो वो थोड़ा सा लैकिंग हो रहा है कि आपका आवाज़ नहीं हो रहा है। और दो तीन चीज़ें आप प्री डिटरमाइंड होके चल रहे हैं, जैसे कुछ आपका आंसर बहुत बढ़िया था। एक आंसर जो आई फाइंड इट बेस्ट वो ये था कि आप हज़ारीबाग में इंडस्ट्री जो बोले कि लैकिंग नहीं है डेवलपमेंट, इट वाज अ गुड आंसर। ऐसा ही आंसर आपका बाकी सारा भी होना था, जहाँ पे कि आप चीज़ों को बहुत अच्छे से जस्टिफाई कर पाएँ और उसका एक मतलब इनरिच्ड आंसर दें, ठीक है ना? कि बस मतलब मेरा व्यू है इसलिए हम ऐसा बोल रहे हैं, वो नहीं होना चाहिए, जेनरिक नहीं होना चाहिए, वो व्यू से नहीं होना चाहिए। कैच क्वेश्चन था स्वीडन विच यू गॉट, ठीक है, बट उसको बोलना है थोड़ा पोलाइट ढंग से, ठीक है ना? तो वो आपको चेक करने के लिए था कि आप उस पोलाइटनेस कितना दिखा के आप उसको करेक्ट कर पा रहे हैं, तो उसको थोड़ा सा और हम्बल वे में करेक्ट कीजिए कि आई बेग यू पार्डन सर, बट आई थिंक सो ही हैज़ नॉट विजिटेड स्वीडन, इट वाज फ्रांस, जर्मनी एंड डेनमार्क, सिंपल, ठीक है ना? तो वो चीज़ें ज़रूरी हैं, हल्की सी स्माइल रख के अच्छे से ये कर देना, ठीक है? जहाँ पे आपका एरिया आया, जैसे कि आप आधार एनेबल्ड पेंशन सिस्टम और फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन, ये आपका शायद एरिया होगा, फोटे होगा, तो आप इसमें और ज़्यादा अच्छे से इनरीच्ड आंसर दीजिए और अच्छे से कवर करने का कोशिश कीजिए, ठीक है ना। अभी क्या चल रहा है, बाकी सारी चीज़ें, अभी मोस्ट ऑफ द स्कीम जो है हमारा आधार एनेबल्ड पेंशन स्कीम चल रहा है, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, है ना। इवन जो हम सीएम सपोर्ट दे रहे हैं पेट्रोल के लिए या फिर वो सारा चीज़ उसी से है। हाँ, तो आप उसको पूरा, आपके पास मौका था, अगर पूछ दिया तो आपको 10 मिनट अपने जोन में ले लेना था, आप दूसरा दे रहे हैं, ठीक है। हमारे पास लिमिटेड टाइम है, हम झारखंड से फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन आपसे नहीं पूछ पाए। मान लीजिए अगर मेरे पास टाइम रहता है, हम और कुछ झारखंड से फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन पूछने लगे और इनकेस आप नहीं बता पा रहे, तो वो चांस क्यों लेना। जब आपको चांस मिला है कि आपके जोन में बॉल आ गई है, तो आप उसके साथ फिर खेलिए, ठीक है। तो उन सब चीज़ों पे ध्यान दीजिए। थोड़ा सा लैकिंग, अगर फुटबॉल है तो बोलिए, ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। ये हॉबी में अगर दे रहे हैं तो ये कभी नहीं बोलना कि अभी नहीं देख रहे हैं, तो अभी नहीं देख रहे तो मत दीजिए, है ना। सिंपल है, ठीक है। बाकी ओवरऑल ठीक था, थोड़ा और होने की ज़रूरत है, ठीक है। मेरे तरफ से तो इतना ही है।
कैजुअल वाला अप्रोच पे ध्यान दीजिए।